Hello, I'm Jake Boudrot, Civic Journalist at Tello Community Television. With me today is the Executive Director of the Richmond County Literacy Network, Mitch David. Welcome to Tello.
Thanks, Jake, for having me.
So I guess first off, we can talk about where the Literacy Network is now compared to when you first started it as Executive Director 1 year ago, which would be September 11th, 2023.
Yeah, actually, when I first got on, which was the 6th, which is exactly a year today, I mean, it was a tough situation. We had to move offices from Ayrshire to St. Peter's. So I had to sell off all the old equipment and then keep the new equipment and transfer it to our new office. And that would have been great, except that we didn't have an office in St. Peter's yet either. Anyway, eventually, long story short, we did find an office, and it was actually the old classroom office that we had at one time. So we just moved back in there. So where were we? We were in a situation where the funding had just been secured by the new board. And I'd like to mention the new board, if you don't mind, because it's really important for everybody to know that if it wouldn't be for these folks, we wouldn't be where we're at today. Richmond literacy would have been no more. So Paula Kavanagh, Ann Levitt, Gwen Smith, Syrian Lachlan Levitt, Margaret Gracie, and Tara Pond were the people that basically secured this funding. So when I came on, that funding was there for me, and that's where I started. We started with 2 courses. You know, it was a struggle for the first 4 months. I didn't think we were going to make it, to be quite honest. But here we are today. Our numbers are, the important thing is the learner numbers are up. The organization is moving, and we're doing it fairly quickly, so it's great. It's great. I have a lot of great people around me. Again, those people that I mentioned, but then our staff, you know. So yeah, it's all good. Things are rolling.
So yes, you're in a better place, and now you guys are going to be offering some different courses, I guess. One is the new Canadian Adult Education Credential, which replaces the former GED program.
Correct. Maybe
you want to talk about that and who's going to be the instructor for that course.
So we just got approved for the new CAEC, which is the former GED. So it's an American product moving over to totally Canadian product. So Anne-Marie Powers will be instructing that course. We'll have our classroom open to learners, and then we'll be doing it virtually, on the phone, whatever the learner needs is what we will provide. We'll have scheduled times for the CAEC. I'm not sure if the audience knows this, but in the CAEC there are 5 courses. I'm not sure I should name them all, but there are 5, so writing, math, language arts, so on and so forth. So we don't do the testing part of it. We only teach the curriculum. The NSCC then takes over, and the learner will, once they feel ready to go write the exam, we'll book it with them. We'll book with the NSCC and go write their CAEC.
It used to be the GED. So another offering is basic digital literacy.
Yeah.
And maybe you can explain what that entails and who's going to be instructing that course.
So again, Anne-Marie will be also teaching that course. Anne-Marie has been with us, well, not quite at the beginning, but last October she came in. She's been a fantastic instructor. So she'll be doing the basic digital, and basically it's, if you want to learn about computers, this is the course for you. It's a course that teaches anything from starting your computer to learning programs such as Word, Excel, PowerPoint, what have you. Anything about the computer, Anne-Marie can teach it. It's an accredited course, so you will receive a certificate from Northstar. And what that can do is it can open doors for you for a job. But it's a fantastic course. Yep.
So I understand the Literacy Network would also be offering a digital wellness course
Yes.
in the community, and it will be offered in the community and online.
Yes.
Maybe
Yep.
you can talk about that and who's going to be
Yeah,
instructing
so we just hired Arlene Boudrot from Arishat here, and another great instructor. She'll be doing the traveling part of digital wellness, and that doesn't only include computer, it includes iPad, tablet, and your phone, for that matter. So she will go to your location in Richmond County, and if you have a group that you want to meet at a hall, we can get that done. We can arrange it. She'll have 2 days a week on that part to travel around. So right now, our locations are the Villa in St. Peter's, and obviously we're helping seniors there, and then St. Anne's and Arishat. So besides that, it could happen here at Till, possibly, I'm not sure yet, at the county office, and also in our classroom, so in St. Peter's. So she'll be doing that for the year, but that's also a very, very great program. A lot of people, we're trying to get particularly seniors back into, learning about electronics, learning about digital. Yep, so worthy program as well.
So maybe we can talk about the future direction of the Literacy Network, and where do you see that heading? What's the future hold?
We did some work last season with Department of Community Services, and we did a cooking program. And even more than that, it was a food insecurity program. In conjunction with, we had partnerships with Nova Scotia Works, the food banks, Foodland, all the greenhouses in the area. River Roots was a big contributor to our cause. And that the spin-off of that particular program led us to the next program, which is, it's a college prep course, but it's a very holistic grassroots type program. And hopefully that'll begin soon. We're not sure yet. Not quite approved, but it's getting there. We've secured part of the funding, and we're just waiting for word. So that'll happen soon. Some of my plans, the biggest thing I think this year is to create more partnerships. No organization is an island. You have to create partnerships in order to succeed in your community. I've created lots, but I want to create more. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to just doing more work in the community, educating people, and yeah, whatever I have to do, things are, as I said earlier, things are going really well. Numbers are up, way up. So,
No,
yep.
that's good. Now, we were talking earlier, you got some deadlines coming up, somebody to register and when the courses are, so maybe you want to reiterate that for our viewers,
Sure.
so they'll know.
So the CAEC, Canadian Adult Education Credential, will begin on the 18th of September. You know, it's pretty important for learners to come in before that, register for the course, and then we'll get you ready. If that can't happen and you want to do it later, there's another cohort date that we can, and I'm not quite sure the second date, but I believe it's mid-November. Can register again, and so along the way there are cohort dates. We can register you, you can start on that date. But for this cohort, it's the 18th of September. So, I mean, thus far, names are rolling in, so yeah. And then the digital wellness, it's like any time. There are no particular dates. You can join in whenever. Call us, either at the office, 535-3304, or my cell number, 631-5199, and I'll sign you up, and then Arlene can take over. The other digital course will also start on the 18th, and it runs like any NASAL program, any provincial government program. There are cohorts, and you can join before that date. So yeah, those are. I will put it up online, on our website and on our Facebook page, so people will know.
Oh, that's good.
I also forgot to mention, Jake, if you don't mind, we're also, we also took over the Dolly Parton Imagination Library. So that's for 0 to 5 group children, where they receive books every month. It's all free. We take care of the details. So if anybody out there has a child from 0 to 5 who wants to sign up for those books, that's another thing that we're doing. So yeah.
Well, that's great. It's nice to hear that the organization's kind of turned a corner and you guys are receiving interest from the public in your programs, which is also quite significant. So that's good news for everybody.
Yeah, it's a lot of positive feedback that the Richmond literacy is back and running well, and people are really interested. So it's a great thing.
No, that's great. I really appreciate you taking time out of your day to come here to answer these questions and talk about this.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jake. I appreciate it.